Hello and welcome to everyone watching. My name is Raven Crossing, and you might recall that I made a video on Griffin Gaming a couple weeks ago. By the way, for those who didn't read the comments section of that video, this situation has been completely resolved. Griffin himself gave some much needed clarification and was really chill about the whole thing, much appreciated, my man. And Alex, real name Jess, commented and clarified that she is in fact 18, so everything's good. It's been handled. However, there is someone who didn't love what I had to say on the subject. This person is a content creator by the name of Mischief. He had plenty to say in regards to the situation, and directed most of his criticism at me for some reason. Let's talk about it. This is the part that makes me a little nervous on Griffin's behalf, because people that I have talked to have said that they have talked to this Alex, and when she was directly asked about her age, she pretty much just didn't answer, from what I understood.
But at the same time, they were getting all the information from her. I mean, the irony couldn't be stronger.
Actually, I was bringing that up to call the claims against Griffin into question. That little snippet is me calling Jess's integrity into question, further calling into questions the allegations themselves. Which is why I never say or imply that Griffin is guilty of any wrongdoing. Not sure how you misinterpreted that, but whatever, I guess.
Because if Raven really did mean to just spark discussion in his video like he claims, then he would have deleted the video days before Griffin made his response, due to him saying that both Jess and Griffin have both quote-unquote cleared everything up at the time.
Alright, firstly, there is no quote-unquote. They did. If you go to my video, you'll see that their comments, those of which cleared up this whole situation, are literally the top 2 comments. You'd have to be fucking blind not to see them. Secondly, I didn't delete my video because unlike the majority of the videos made on the subject, I wasn't trying to slander Griffin in any facet. I was just seeking clarification. As a matter of fact, I go out of my way not to slander him. And judging from the like to dislike ratio and the comment section, it would seem that the vast majority of people who watched the video understood that. The only person who has perceived my video as an attack on Griffin, at least from what I've seen, has been you.
If the video was truly not a grift to revive his dead channel like I genuinely believe it was, then surely after the discussion, essentially in your own words, has been ended, then there's no reason for the video to stay up, other than to attract new viewers and subscribers.
In all honesty, I was fully expecting to lose a good amount of subscribers. Especially given that I've had Griffin's back in the past, I figured his followers and himself would turn on me, to be honest. But I was pleasantly surprised. Griffin himself was really chill about all of this, and his supporters thanked me for maintaining a pretty neutral stance on the subject. And like I said, I was doing this in search of clarification. Because I like Griffin, I like his content, I don't want to see him go down over some straight bullshit. I figured Griffin would see the video given my rapport with him in the past, and I figured at that point he would reach out and provide some information. Sure, I could have tried to get in contact with him via Discord, but honestly I just didn't think of it at the time. Admittedly a lapse in judgment on my part.
And the brain-dead argument of, oh, I never said he was doing such and such, doesn't exactly hold up if you use your brain for 2 seconds, because speculating on what was seen at the time as a sensitive topic literally helps fucking nobody. And please, if you try to respond to me, please don't try and claim you didn't think the topic was sensitive, because you clearly thought it was sensitive enough to use an alias when talking about Jess.
Okay, so just because you think my input doesn't help anyone, that automatically means that I was implying that Jess was underage and that Griffin was a pedophile? Forgive me, but I'm not seeing the logic there. Again, if you watch the video, it's pretty fucking obvious that that's not what I'm trying to do. Secondly, I used an alias for Jess because I had been told that a certain subset of Griffin's fan base liked to dox people, so I did that in an effort to keep Jess's personal information from being leaked. If anything, I just viewed it as a small precaution. If that's viewing the situation as sensitive, then sure, I guess.
But you've got to beat near and beat it to the punch and be the first person to upload a video on the situation, don't you? Also, him saying he wasn't speculating is some of the most hilarious shit I've heard in a long time. Because if you weren't speculating, then what the fuck was this shit, bro?
Now, what I get from these screenshots is that these two had at least a somewhat intimate relationship over the interwebs at some point. How intimate this relationship was, I have no clue. All I know is that apparently there were thigh pics that were sent. This is the part that makes me a little nervous on Griffin's behalf, because people that I have talked to have said that they have talked to this Alex, and when she was directly asked about her age, she pretty much just didn't answer, from what I understood, which I gotta admit, bro, that's a little sus. It's a little sus. Especially given Griffin, I believe, is 23 years old. Real quick, I think it's hilarious that he thinks I'm the kind of person who strikes people for criticizing my content. And actually, I waited a week to start production on my video to see if there was going to be any further information that would come out. A week went by, there was no new information, I was admittedly impatient, so I worked with what I had. But I will give you that one, I was definitely speculating to a degree. When I said I wasn't speculating, I apologize for that. I guess I just misunderstood you in that moment. I believe what I meant at the time was I wasn't trying to unfairly accuse anyone of anything because there wasn't enough information to go off of to do so. However, in regards to my speculation, I only speculate on two things, really. Number one was the nature of Griffin's and Jess's relationship, that of which is blatantly obvious if you read the screenshots in the video. Number two, in regards to Jess supposedly dodging questions about her age, I didn't show any evidence because I didn't have any, which is why I specified that this was something that was told to me by someone who, in the past, I had found to be reputable. Clearly that wasn't the case this time around, and for that I apologize.
And either way, you fully admit to making a video on a situation of which you have no idea what you're talking about. Something you should never do when it comes to this type of situation. And the way you tried to get around this was utterly pathetic.
Again, I'm not too sure that we have enough information on this situation to outright claim anything at all. I just think it's worth talking about because this really needs to get straightened out one way or another because it's kind of fucking weird.
If there wasn't enough information on the topic, then you shouldn't have made the video when you did. You should have waited instead of rushing it out to be the first one covering the topic.
I said all of that because I knew that I didn't have all of the information. I'm not sure how that's pathetic. I was stating a given fact. But yeah, fair enough. Like I said, I should have waited a bit more for more information to drop if it was going to. Again, I was impatient. I apologize. That being said, that doesn't change the fact that you pretty blatantly try to misrepresent what I'm saying in the video. Or hey, maybe you just misinterpreted it. Personally, I'm inclined to believe that, given that this dude has a pretty decent track record for his takes on certain situations. So, I don't know, I guess he was just off the mark this time around, but whatever. Let me just say, I'm not trying to start any kind of beef with Mischief or anything like that. I'm not even trying to elicit a response from him. But I wanted to take this opportunity to defend myself because I won't lie, I felt a little attacked, mainly because he singled my video out in his community tab, falsely claiming that I was implying that Griffin was a pedophile, and he dedicated the majority of his video on this topic to trying to tear my video apart. Which is hilarious because literally everyone else's video on this subject, with the exception of BT's, were straight up hit pieces on Griffin. And again, I went out of my way to remain neutral, despite pressure from some of the other creators involved to do otherwise. Honestly, I do agree with Mischief. I think this situation was poorly handled, not to mention ultimately pointless, because it wasn't really a big deal. And personally, I think we both messed up in this situation. I put a little bit too much faith in people I thought I could trust, and I think he read a little too much into what I was saying and how I was saying it. He was reading in between the lines when there was nothing there. That's my take. Well, that about wraps it up for me. If you guys want a little bit more context on this situation, I'll leave a link to both Mischief's video and mine down in the comments below, or description, rather. I can't talk today. It's been a long night. So go watch those, form your own opinion. Don't attack this dude, obviously. That's not what I'm advocating at all. Watch his video, watch mine, form your own opinion. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. If you're new to the channel and you like what I'm about, please subscribe. It helps me out immensely. Please ignore the fact that I don't have hair at the moment. Trust me, I hate it just as much as you do, probably more. Thank you for watching once again, and I will see all of you in the next video. Have a wonderful day.